So in equilibrium, rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. The composition is equal. So reversible reaction is considered for equilibrium explanation. So irreversible reactions cannot be comes under equilibrium. So when you see this reversible reaction, reactants are converted into product. This arrow mark shows that it is a equilibrium reaction and it is a reversible reaction. Here N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. This is reactants can be converted into product. At the same time product can be converted into reactants. H2 plus I2 gives 2Hi. This double-headed arrow mark shows this both forward reaction and backward reaction. This is a backward reaction, this is a forward reaction. Here reactants can be converted into product and after some time the product can be converted into reactants. So mostly in all those chemical industries they will prefer this for products. Reversible reactions only will be carried out. Then only they can prepare the products. So chemical equilibrium plays under the rate of reactions. What do you mean by rate of reaction? Rate of reaction is related between change in concentration of reactant or product with the time. So the rate of reaction, chemical equilibrium is comes under rate of reaction. So change in concentration of reactants or products with the time. So how much reactants are there, how much time it is taking to convert into product and how much time the product is taking to convert into reactants. That is known as rate of reactions. So the rate of reactions can be altered. You know that there are the evolution of heat shows the exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. So during exothermic reaction heat is evolved, during endothermic reaction heat is absorbed. So the enthalpy of exothermic reaction is always negative. So enthalpy of endothermic reaction is always positive. So delta H is negative, delta H is positive. Already we learned, recall this, keep this point in your mind while observing the problem. So next term is law of mass action. Law of mass action. Let us consider this chemical equation. That means A plus B gives C plus D. So this is a balanced equation. First, whenever any equation is given, we have to write the equation and we have to write the balanced equation. Here X is the coefficient of A, Y is the coefficient of Y, B, Z is the coefficient of C and W is the coefficient of D. So when you are writing this, rate of chemical reaction is directly proportional to active mass of the reactants. Active mass can be used by giving the square bracket. The square bracket shows that that's the active mass. So rate of a chemical reaction is directly proportional to active mass of the reactants. So rate of forward reaction. Rate of forward reaction. Here which is the forward reaction? A plus B gives C and D. So forward reaction is A to B. So coefficient of A to X, active mass of A, active mass of B and rate of forward reaction is equal to Kf. K is the constant. So Kf is into active mass of A and active mass of B with the coefficient of A X with the coefficient of B Y. How to write the rate of backward reaction? Rate of backward reaction is C and D. The product will give. So rate of chemical reaction is directly proportional to active mass of the reactants. So in the rate of forward reaction, A and B is the reactants. In rate of backward reaction, C and D are the reactants. So rate of backward reaction directly proportional to C, active mass of C with the power Z, active mass of D with the power W coefficient. So rate of backward reaction is equal to KB is equal to CZDW. So here at equilibrium always we know that rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. So KF is equal to KB. What is KF? KF is equal to AXBY. KB is equal to ZZDW. So while writing equilibrium, rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of backward reaction. This is the rate of forward reaction, rate of backward reaction. So Kf by Kb, rate of forward reaction by rate of backward reaction. If you transpose the equation, you will get active mass of C, active mass of D divided by active mass of A and active mass of B. Active mass of B. So then now here we are introducing the equilibrium constant, that is Ke. So equilibrium constant Ke equal to active mass of C into active mass of D divided by active mass of A into active mass of B. That is rate equilibrium constant is equal to product divided by reactants. Equilibrium constant is equal to product divided by reactants with the coefficient. So here we are introducing another term, that is equilibrium constants of Kc, Kp and Kx. Kc, what is Kc? Kc is the equilibrium constant in terms of concentration. Kc is the equilibrium constant in terms of concentration. Concentration is number of moles. How much concentration solute is present, how much solvent is present, that shows the concentration. Kp is related to in terms of partial pressure. Kp is the equilibrium constant in relation to partial pressure. Kx is this equilibrium constant in relation to mole fraction. That is related to mole fraction. So always product divided by reactants. Let us consider this equations. N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. So what is the coefficient of hydrogen? 3. What is the coefficient of ammonia? 2. So how to write this concentration? Kc. C means concentration. Kc is equal to product by reactant. So NH3. What's the coefficient of NH3? 2. So NH3 2. Active mass of NH3 2, concentration of NH3 2 divided by N2 into H2 coefficient 3. Next equation, SO2 plus O2 gives SO3. Balance it here, SO2. So 2 SO2, O2 gives 2 SO3. So what is the concentration, equilibrium concentration of this reaction? SO3 twice divided by SO2 O2. SO2 twice and O2. Because the coefficient of SO3 is 2, coefficient of SO2 is 2. Kc. Kc means what is Kc? Actually, N by V. N by V is molarity. That is active concentration of a particular reaction. Kc is the concentration of the particular reaction. How to calculate Kc? C is equal to number of mole per volume, that is molarity. So N by V is equal to C. N by V is equal to C. So that is concentration. This concentration can be used for liquid and gases, not for solid. Kc is for liquid and gases, not for solid. So what is this square bracket denote that? It is active mass. What is Kp? Kp is the partial pressure. Kp is the partial pressure. So whatever we are writing this equation, the partial pressure of a gas can be given. So we know that PV is equal to nRT, P is equal to N by V RT. What is N by V? N by V is equal to C. So P is equal to directly proportional to N by V. P is equal to directly proportional to N by V, and P is equal to CRT also can be given. Let us take this example. You can write Kc and Kp for a given equation. If it is given in word equation, you have to write this chemical equation and convert into balanced equation with the physical state. Then you can write this Kc and Kp for a particular reactions. equilibrium constant of concentration terms, equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure. Here the example is CaCO3 with gives CaO plus CO2. It is in solid state, here it is solid state, it is in gaseous state. So for solid state, Kc cannot be given because solid state need not to find this concentration because there is no change in concentration. So only which have to take gases can be taken. So Kc is equal to concentration CO2. What is the coefficient of CO2? Nothing is there. So we need not to mention anything. So only concentration of CO2. Kc is equal to concentration of CO2 mole per liter. What is the unit? Mole per liter for concentration. How to calculate Kp? Kp is equal to PCO2 coefficient. Nothing is there. So 1. So it is atmospheric. 1 atmospheric. It is 1 atmospheric. Pressure means 1 atmospheric. So in this equation, Kp is equal to PCO2. In this equation, Kp is equal to PCO2. What is this unit? Atmospheric pressure. 1 atmosphere. That is this unit. This is the point you have to note now. That means concentration for a solid is constant. So it is considered as unity. It is considered as unity. So concentration for a solid substance it is constant, so that it is considered as unity. So that only for this we have to consider as unity. So 1 is nothing is there. So that only CO2 we have taken. Next example, N2O4, it is in gaseous state. With this, it gives 2NO2 gaseous state. Both are in gaseous state. So, how to write the Kp? Kp is equal to pressure of NO2 twice. Coefficient is 2. Pressure of N2O4, no coefficient 1. So, what is atmosphere? 2 minus 1. So, atmospheric pressure is here 2 coefficient, here 1. So, 2 minus 1. What is Kc? What is the Kc for this reaction? Kc is equal to NO2 2. NO2 2. That means concentration of NO2 2 divided by N2O4 1. How many? What is the unit? Mole 2 minus 1. Here coefficient 2, here coefficient 1. So mole 2 minus 1 per liter. 2 minus 1 per liter. This for Kp. So next reactions you look at here. Conversion of liquid to gas. Liquid to gas. So water to water vapor. Here it is in liquid state and here it is in gaseous state. So what happened? The concentration of a liquid with gas is always unity. The concentration of a liquid with gas is unity. So here which is this liquid will be considered as unity. So Kc is equal to H2O. Only gaseous state 1 we have to take, that is mole 1 minus 0. Kc is equal to H2O 1 mole 1 minus 0. What is the Kp of it? Pressure H2O 1, atmosphere 1 minus 0. Why we have to consider as 1 minus 0? For liquid we have to consider as unity because the conversion of liquid with gas is constant and it is considered as unity. So these are the point you have to note down, because liquid with gas it is unity and for solid equilibrium is constant and that also it is considered as unity. Next example, Cu solid state plus Ag aqueous give Cu plus 2 and 2 Ag. So what is the Kc? Concentration equilibrium. What is the concentration equilibrium? First we have to write the product. What are the product? Here we should not consider Cu and Ag because it is in solid state. We have to consider only this aqueous and aqueous reactants. So Cu2 plus, what is the coefficient? 1. Here Ag plus, what's the coefficient? 2. So mole per liter. Here 1 is a coefficient, here minus 2 is a coefficient. So 1 minus 2. Mole per liter 1 minus 2. What is the Kp of this one? Kp is not defined. Why? Because here there is a no gaseous product. Here there is no gaseous product. So Kp is not defined. If Kp is defined only with the gaseous product. Look at this next example. CH3COOH in aqueous give H plus H2O. H2O is liquid state. Give CH3COO minus in aqueous plus H3O plus aqueous. So here we are taking this acid and we are diluting. So this is used as a solvent. So what is the concentration of this reaction? Concentration Kc is equal to CH3COO minus H3O plus, because both are aqueous solution. So if a reaction is in aqueous medium, H2O liquid is constant. So here H2O liquid is constant. Why? Because it is aqueous medium. So the reaction is in aqueous medium, then H2O liquid will be constant. So here CH product is CH3COOH, there is no coefficient. So this is the Kc for this reaction. What is Kp? Kp is not defined. Why is Kp not defined? Because it is no gaseous product. There is no gaseous product. Next one. So did you understand? Here first what happened? Equilibrium. Definition you have to learn. Dynamic equilibrium you have to learn. All the different phase transformation. Phase transformation. What type of changes is occur during equilibrium reaction? For example, liquid to vapor. That conclusion. What is the conclusion? Pressure H2O is constant at given temperature. That means water to water. This example. Next example, solid to liquid. Solid to liquid. Solid means ice. That liquid melting point is fixed at constant pressure. Melting point is fixed at constant pressure. What happened during this solute and solvent? Solute is in solid state and you will get the solution. So sugar is there. Sugar is converting into sugar solution. Here concentration of a solute in solution is constant at a given temperature. So gas to gas, gaseous is converting into aqueous gas. In this gas aqueous and gas gaseous is constant at given temperature. Those all this phase transformation is given in your textbook in the page first beginning. Learn this all the one. So here we have learned this example of chemical equilibrium and what do you mean by rate of reaction. During the rate of reaction, if it is exothermic, what is the enthalpy of exothermic reaction? It is negative. Enthalpy of endothermic reaction, it is positive. Next one, law of mass action. Law of mass action. We have to consider one chemical equation of reversible equation. Rate of a chemical reaction is directly proportional to active mass of the reactant. So rate of forward reaction, rate of backward reaction. So rate of backward reaction and forward reaction is equal. So we have to consider this as next. Finally, equilibrium constant is Ke is Z concentration and D concentration divided by A concentration and B concentration. Here are other terms of equilibrium constant, that is Kc, Kp and Kx. Kc is the equilibrium constant in terms of concentration. Kp is the equilibrium constant in terms of partial pressure. Here are a few examples. So how to write Kp and Kc we have seen. So Kc is equal to N by V is equal to C. So that is molarity. This can be considered for liquid and gas. Kp is only for gas. So Kp is only for gas. Kc can be calculated for liquid and gas. For solid, both Kc and Kp cannot be defined. So here one example is given. This is solid, this is solid. So we have to calculate only Kp for CO2, that is for 1. And here gaseous is there, react product by reactants, always product by reactant. So here are the example. So if any equation is given means write the balance equation and you can calculate Kc and Kp with the coefficient. There is a next relation. There is a next relation between Kp and Kc. There is a relation between Kp and Kc. Let us consider one chemical equation. For example, A plus B plus C gives D plus E. So let us consider this as a chemical reaction. This is a reversible reaction. What type of reaction? This is a reversible reaction, equilibrium reaction. So 2A and 3B, 2C gives D and E. So here these are the reactants and these are the products. So here the reactants is in which state? First one is in gaseous state, next one is in liquid state, next one is in solid state. Both the products are in gaseous state. Both the products are in gaseous state. So first we have to write the concentration of Kc, equilibrium constant for Kc. How to write equilibrium constant for Kc? Kc is equal to product by reactant. Product by reactant. So here Kc is for liquid and gas. Liquid and gas. But in this liquid, first one note we have given. Conversion of liquid and gas. In terms, liquid is taken as unit T. So here only gas is there. Only gas is there. So reactants and products, in the product both are in gaseous state and reactants also, one is in gaseous state. This liquid is not considered because when gas and liquid is there, in terms of liquid is constant and it is considered as unit T. So for solid cannot be defined. So Kc is equal to concentration of D, concentration of E divided by concentration of A. So what is the coefficient? 2. 2 is the coefficient. 2 is the coefficient. So we know that Kc is equal to concentration of equilibrium is equal to C D, concentration of D, concentration of E divided by concentration of A square. Concentration of A square. How to calculate Kp for this? We have written Kc. How to calculate Kp for this? Actually, what is the relation between Kp and Kc? Kp equal to Kc RT delta Ng. This is a relation. This only we are going to derive. So now how to calculate Kp? We know that Kp is equal to pressure D, pressure E divided by Pa square. Pa square. So we can write, for concentration we have to use square bracket. For pressure we have to use ordinary bracket. That difference we have to show. So pressure, coefficient nothing is there. pressure E divided by pressure A square. Pressure A square. What is the gas equation for ideal equation for ideal gas? What is the equation for ideal gas? PV is equal to nRT. P is equal to N by V RT. What is N by V? N by V is equal to C. Already we have learned. N by V is equal to C. That means concentration is equal to number of mole per volume. That is C. So PV is equal to nRT. P is equal to N by VRT. So P is equal to CRT. P is equal to CRT. So now you can substitute this CRT in this. Wherever P is there, we can write CRT. So C D RT C E RT divided by C A RT square, because coefficient is 2. Now Kp is equal to take out all the RT outside, CD CE divided by CA, and here RT 1, another one more one is there. If the 2 go up, minus 2. So now look at here, CD CE by CA. CD CE by CA, that is KC. CD CE by CA square is KC. So KP is equal to KC and RT. What is this? 1 plus 1 minus 2. 1 plus 1 minus 2 is the coefficient for this particular substance. So that is the how many moles are there, how many moles are present here. That only shows this 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus 2. So that we shall consider as delta N. So delta N is equal to, for gaseous product, delta N for gaseous product, number of moles of product minus number of moles of reactants. Number of moles of reactants. Delta N for gaseous is number of product minus number of reactants. Number of moles of product minus number of moles in reactants. So Kc is equal to RT delta N G. Delta N G. What is delta N? That is the difference between product and reactants. So this is the relation between Kp and Kc. Kp is equal to Kc into RT to the power delta Ng. This is the equation. This all these derivations, and we can apply this one in this problem and we can solve the problem. So you can write this one in the classwork.